This week in F1, the sport began winding down ready for its annual summer break. Well, that was until Fernando Alonso, Alpine, Oscar Piastri and McLaren blew the driver market and social media to pieces. In case you missed it, Alonso confirmed at the start of the week that he was jumping ship to join Aston Martin as Sebastian Vettel's replacement for 2023 on a multi-year deal. Something, to be fair, I did try to warn you all about in the Hungary race reaction stream. Alonso isn't going to happen, and I'll tell you why Alonso isn't going to happen very, very quickly. And Otmar Safnauer has since admitted Alpine only offered him a 1+1 deal because of his age, essentially promising that so long as he stays at his current performance level, they'll keep him on for 2024 as well as 23. Something Fernando was clearly thrilled about as he went looking for more certainty over his future, hence Aston Martin. But with Alonso's future sorted, it was obvious which way this was going to go, right? Oscar Piastri to partner Esteban Ocon at Alpine. Simple as that. Well, not really. Alpine announced on Tuesday that Piastri would race for the team next year, and I, for one, am very grateful to them for letting us know that. It's just a shame they didn't show the driver they confirmed the same courtesy, with Piastri tweeting later that same afternoon that he had in fact not signed a deal with the team for 2023 and ended by saying he will not be driving for Alpine next season. It is instead widely reported that he has some sort of agreement in place with McLaren, with Dieter Renken reporting via Racing 365 that Piastri will replace Ricciardo at McLaren from next season. Nothing official at time of recording though. Whatever it is, hopefully for Piastri's sake it's a watertight deal, otherwise he may well have just shot himself in the foot in spectacular fashion. Renken also claims that the FIA's Contract Recognition Board has ruled in favour of the Piastri-McLaren contract, and Motorsport.com understands that Ricciardo has been told that the team intends to replace him with Piastri next year, with a settlement to be agreed between the two parties for the early contract termination. That ain't going to be a cheap one, but if this all turns out to be true, Alpine is now looking for a new driver to partner Esteban Ocon, but will it be as straightforward as Ricciardo returning, or has this bizarre silly season got yet another twist up its sleeve? And hey, seeing as McLaren continues to sign every driver going in what can surely only be a strategy to help fill the Big Brother house when the show returns to UK screens next year, maybe they could help Alpine out a little bit. Whatever is going on though, hopefully we'll have some official news soon. I'm just waiting for Ricciardo's tweet to say he's staying at McLaren and McLaren's tweet to say he isn't. Given how this week has gone, that would be a fitting way for this story to continue. On Wednesday, Williams announced Alex Albon will be staying on with the team for 2023 in a really normal, undramatic statement, and Albon himself confirmed that he had been asked first, has signed a contract, and will be with the team next season and beyond. See, that's how you do it, Alpine. There was no word on Nicholas Latifi though, and given the team do like to confirm their full lineup at the same time, generally, those doubts everybody already had about the Canadian's future have now gone through the roof. Who will take his seat though? Perhaps a conversation for another day, but Logan Sargent will get an FP1 run out for the team at the US Grand Prix in October, and he could well be being lined up to partner Albon. Nick de Vries is another name in the frame, and hey, depending on what happens at Alpine and McLaren, Daniel Ricciardo could be looking for a seat as well. Away from silly season, it was expected to be announced on Thursday that Porsche has taken a 50% stake in Red Bull Racing's F1 operation. I mean, I don't really think it needs to be announced at this stage. We all know it's coming. After all, this was reported during pre-season earlier this year, and confirmation was expected at the Austrian Grand Prix weekend before being pushed back again, but there's now been another delay. The VW Group has been reluctant to give the green light until the engine rules for 2026 are finalised, with some haggling still going on over reportedly things including how many hours will be allowed in engine testing for new entities, as well as the material used for engine pistons. That all means the e-vote on the regs has been moved to August 8th from August 2nd, but it could take even longer for the results to come through because of the summer break. But it does look as though it is just a matter of time before it all gets confirmed and we all have to do our pretend shocked faces. Also worth noting, Honda will continue to provide technical support for Red Bull's engines until the end of 2025 after both parties put pen to paper on a new deal. As promised, following Zhou Guanyu's crash at the British Grand Prix, during which the Alpha's roll hoop failed after contact with the track resulted in a force that exceeded anything previously foreseen, the FIA is set to finalise plans for stricter roll hoop tests for the 2023 cars. Alpha has worked closely with the governing body, and other teams have been consulted about potential changes to the regulations, and the matter will be discussed at an upcoming meeting of the Technical Advisory Committee. What will the changes be though? Well, one possibility could see a move away from what is described as a spike design that is currently permitted, but any rule changes have to be confirmed ASAP to allow teams enough time to ensure next year's cars can comply with the stricter tests. Although this is F1, so that could get complicated, as some teams are considering carrying over their 2022 chassis to save money, but would have to adapt if the rules change. And finally, Mattia Binotto does not believe anything needs to change at Ferrari over the summer break based on the balance of the first half of the season. And to be fair, why would he? After all, everything has been going swimmingly well and Charles Leclerc hasn't just slipped 80 points behind Max Verstappen in the championship thanks to a mix of mistakes, baffling strategy calls and reliability issues. Binotto stated that it is not a case of bad luck, but that doesn't mean changes need to be made, adding that it's a matter of continuous learning as well as building experience and skills. The Ferrari boss did also say last Sunday that the team didn't have the pace to win in Hungary regardless of strategy calls, which must be why they pulled Leclerc in from the lead to stick on a set of tyres that nobody could get working. And yet, okay, I know, team boss refuses to blame team and defends employees is hardly shocking news. The Ferrari boss did also back Charles Leclerc, saying that he expects him to return from the summer break rested, relaxed and more hungry. He'll be hoping it's not more hungry and they can move on to Spa. Anyway, that is it for this week's This Week in F1, and I will be back soon with some more content. But in the meantime, if you did enjoy this roundup, then please do leave a like and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. But as ever, thank you for watching. I've been Sean, this has been the F1 Word, and until next time, goodbye.